ส่วนในช่วงนี้นะคะดิฉันจะพาคุณผู้ชมไปพูดคุยกับท่านเอกอัครราชทูตสหรัฐประจำประเทศไทยท่านไมเคิลจอร์จดีซอมบรีหลายๆคนอาจจะยังไม่เคยคุ้นเท่าไหร่เพราะว่าเพิ่งจะมารับตำแหน่งเมื่อช่วงประมาณสักต้นปีแต่พอดีติดโควิดพอดีใช่ไหมแล้วก็เลยแบบว่ายังไม่ได้เห็นออกงานหรือว่าออกมาพูดหลายๆเรื่องทีนี้ที่สำคัญเนี่ยก็คือที่เราจะต้องฟังเนี่ยคือสหรัฐอเมริกาเนี่ยเราก็ยังยกให้เขาเป็นหนึ่งในมหาอำนาจแล้วก็ที่สำคัญคือเขาต่อสู้กับจีนมาโดยตลอดและเราเนี่ยเรื่องของเศรษฐกิจเนี่ยเราส่งออกไปจีนนะโครงสร้างเนี่ยมันสำคัญมากก็มีโอกาสได้ถามหลายเรื่องเลยเพราะว่าในช่วงที่ผ่านมาเราเจอทั้งโควิดสหรัฐอเมริกาก็เจอโควิดสหรัฐอเมริกาปีนี้เลือกตั้งด้วยนะ
ใช่พฤศจิกายนไม่รู้จะเปลี่ยนประธานาธิบดีอะไรกันหรือเปล่า
ไม่ได้ถามเลยไม่กล้าถาม ถามส่วนใหญ่ท่านทูตก็คงไม่ตอบนะแล้วก็ยังมีอีกหลายเรื่องเลยค่ะเรื่องของการเป็นห่วงโซ่อุปทานที่ท่านบอกว่าประเทศไทยเนี่ยเหมาะสมมากนะคะหลายเรื่องด้วยกันเดี๋ยวไปฟังเรื่องแรกกันก่อนเลยเพราะว่าเป็นเรื่องที่สำคัญมากถามคำแรกเลยถามว่าหลังจากที่โควิดเนี่ยเริ่มชะลอลงไปแล้วเนี่ยการฟื้นตัวทางเศรษฐกิจเนี่ยในแง่ของสหรัฐอเมริกาเนี่ยมองมาที่เอเชียยังไงและที่สำคัญเรามีการควบคุมได้ดีนะไปฟังท่านทูตค่ะว่าพูดถึงเรื่องนี้กันยังไงกันบ้างค่ะสวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ
Welcome to the show and thank you very much. First of all, I want to ask you about because it is an issue. The world issue is about the COVID-19 pandemic. We quite concerned about the economic because everything in the world is stopped, right? So, in the point of view, what do you think about the ASEAN economic is going?
It's a very good question.
How is it covered?
It's a very good question, and one of the things I was actually literally just discussing this morning with the Deputy Prime Minister Wisanu is how good Thailand has done in keeping manufacturing open during the lockdown. So clearly there was a need to shut down a lot of activity in Thailand to flatten the curve, reduce the infection rate. But they were able to do that in Thailand in a way that didn't stop manufacturing. A lot of other ASEAN and other Asian countries, when they locked down, stopped everything.
Yeah.
Here it was really focused more on the sort of close personal retail shops, recreation, sports, things like that, which from an economic standpoint is really quite valuable and has allowed the Thai economy to keep going and has really allowed companies to look further at the value of being in Thailand as opposed to other countries where they've shut down manufacturing.
So, and about Thailand, what do you think that we still have the potential, like you tweet like last week before, about the supply chain and secure and cost-effective everything?
Definitely. I'm a big believer that safe, reliable, secure supply chains belong in Thailand. We've had diplomatic treaty relations with Thailand for over 185 years. The United States is a strategic ally with Thailand for over 65 years. And it's a critical player between the U.S. and Thailand here. I mean, it's a critical economy. And what we've seen is how well Thailand has done with controlling the infection, keeping manufacturing going, and generally otherwise being a very pro-business country. I mean, I just read recently that in the 2020 U.S. News and World Report study on starting businesses, Thailand is ranked number one. Thailand is very highly ranked in scores for generally doing business. Has a average manufacturing wage of less than 50% from China, for example. So it's not only a safe, reliable place, it's a cost-effective place to manufacture as well. So I'm optimistic that you'll see more companies looking at moving to Thailand and companies that are here further expanding their operations in Thailand.
But if we see about the ASEAN, we have a competitor, Thailand have a competitor like Indonesia and Vietnam. And what do you think that, because the another side, we think they have more potential in Thailand?
Well, countries do compete with each other for attracting manufacturing, and I encourage the Royal Thai government to increase its efforts and make Thailand even better. I think we've seen that Vietnam has been a significant competitor, and in the last few years seen a fair number of businesses moving from other places in the world to Vietnam. But I think Thailand plays a role at a slightly higher level of technology and manufacturing than Vietnam. And on scores like doing business, on healthcare, on international schools, Thailand ranks much better than Vietnam in those areas.
So is that why the people investor is going to come to Thailand.
I think so. I think that's right. I mean, particularly when you think of healthcare. I mean, again, Thailand has shown the great capability of its healthcare system. But even before that, obviously, people come to Bangkok to get healthcare from around the world. They come from developed countries to come to Bangkok to have surgeries, to have other medical procedures. And that's quite important. If you're living in a country where you're not comfortable getting medical care, you know, that's
very important.
Yeah, it's a bit harder to encourage the significant managers or officers of companies to come to a country where they're not comfortable if they have to have surgery that they could have it there. So it's a very big advantage for Thailand.
Let's go back to the COVID-19 pandemic. We said about the purchasing power of the people, especially for the lower, it's like C class or C plus or B. They don't have any purchasing power. What do you think that is how the economy can grow in the future from now on because everything is stopped?
Well, I think one thing the government has been focusing on is trying to tide over those people till the economy comes back. And so you've had a lot of the cash handouts, as it were, to certain people in order to allow them to continue, you know, their existence while the economy recovers. But in order to have everything get back to the way it was and even better, we need to bring back not only the industry that was here, but also increase the skill levels of the people that are here. So trying to bring in better STEM education, better vocational education, but also bringing in advanced manufacturing that they can teach the Thai laborers more advanced skills and otherwise, because the goal of any foreign company is never to come here and just hire foreigners, because foreigners are too expensive. The goal is to come here and initially have the manufacturing, perhaps have advanced skills that are brought in by foreign labor, but then are transferred from the foreign laborers to the domestic economy and to the domestic laborers to upskill the quality and the technology and the technical ability of the Thai laborers. So in the future, that's really the key focus, to get the skills higher and to be able to then move farther up the value chain and make more money.
I read about the Thai and U.S. initiative. What's the detail of it that you said before on the website of the U.S. Embassy about the initiative?
Well, I mean, we have a fair number of initiatives going with Thailand. We have such a deep and broad relationship with Thailand. But on economic issues, we're really trying to push greater connection, greater partnership in lots of different areas. And these supply chains is one of those areas.
Because we can see the country in Asia, like Korean have a second wave, right? China have it as also. What do you think the Thai royal government handle better in the COVID-19 in this situation about the number daily?
Well, at the moment, we've only had one or two or three every day in Thailand, and that makes us all feel pretty good. And I think we're all hoping that it will stay that way. But yet, we have to be prepared for the possibility, particularly as Thailand opens up its economy further, as everybody gets back to work, and then ultimately when international travel resumes, there's obviously a chance that there will be an increase in infections. But the important thing to focus on is the efforts to control the virus were never meant to eliminate the virus. That can only happen when we have a vaccine or when we have effective therapeutics. The purposes of the various mechanisms are to avoid the healthcare system from being overloaded. So at the moment, my understanding is the Bangkok metropolitan area has somewhere around 2,400 ICU beds. It also has close to 5,000 ventilators. At the moment, there's only 60 people in the hospital with COVID-19. So there is plenty of capacity in the hospitals. So what really is important to monitor is not the absolute numbers of infections, but really the number of serious illnesses and how that affects hospital capacity. And so through social distancing, through wearing masks, through the involvement of the efforts of our CDC and the Minister of Public Health to really make sure that everybody understands how to interact in a way that minimizes the infections. I think Thailand will be ready even if infections increase slightly.
Yeah, because this morning I read about a doctor in the U.S. is say that Thai in the top 5 country to handle the COVID-19 is very well.
Yeah.
So is that why? It's quite crowded.
Oh, he should be. And I mean, even before this, it was ranked number 6 in terms of potential for pandemic diseases. And the CDC's office in Thailand is the largest office outside of the United States. It's a very large office. I have over 100 people working at CDC here in Thailand. And they work very closely with the Ministry of Public Health. So the whole contact tracing process, the testing, the epidemiology, all of that is sort of worked out based upon historic training between CDC and Ministry of Public Health. So are you comfortable with what the Ministry of Public Health is doing? Do you believe the numbers? They ask me that question. And I'm like, yes, I'm very comfortable with what the Ministry of Public Health is doing. I believe the numbers that they're producing because I know that my CDC people are involved closely with everything the Ministry of Public Health does. So I'm very happy about that.
That is a question for all actually. A reporter is going to ask that same question to you too. Okay, next, I'm moving on to the global trade. Okay? We can deny the US and China is very important for the Thai and many countries in Asia. And which economic structure, we priority in the export and import and tourism. And the tension between the US and China for the past is on and off, and we keep looking and watching.
Right.
Yeah. What's going on next step between you and China?
Well, I think you're right. There is increasing tension between the U.S. and China. The White House just came out with its strategic approach to China, a document that's published on the whitehouse.gov website, and makes it clear that we are in a period of strategic competition with China. And that obviously is more tense than other situations, but it doesn't avoid us having situations where we can cooperate with China. And obviously we're more than happy if Thailand is buying goods from China and selling goods to China in open and transparent fashions. We have no issues with that. But I think we, particularly here in Thailand, are very focused on making it clear to the Thai people and the Thai government that America is a very good friend. And perhaps the better of friends if you're thinking of comparisons. We have one of the most robust military-to-military relationships with Thailand out of any other country, particularly in mainland Southeast Asia, but even in much of ASEAN. And so we're very focused on that relationship and making sure that we energize that relationship at the same time as we're strengthening our economic partnership. So we take care of our friends and allies, and that's what we want to do.
Yeah. So and next, last but not least, you're the first ambassador here. What is your priority to do when you are ambassador of Thai?
My priorities are really threefold. They're to energize the strategic relationship, so the military alliance, the security alliance, aspects like that. And then secondly is to strengthen the economic partnership. This is one reason why I've been spending so much time focusing on that. I've gathered a group of business advisors from the private sector here in Thailand. I'm interacting a lot with the Thai private sector, and then really spending a lot of time trying to help work out how can America be a partner in helping Thailand's economic growth. That's what I say to every of the government ministers that I meet. I want you to view the American Embassy as your partner in helping the Thai economy grow further, grow better, get more advanced. Because that's a mutual beneficial to Thailand and to America. So that's something that is to both of our benefits, and that's a real priority of mine. The third priority is, enhancing transparency and governance in Thailand. Thailand is, a developing democracy, and we want to encourage that and to expend efforts in that regard as well.
Okay, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
สวัสดีค่ะฉันก็พยายามถามนะคะว่าแบบว่าตกลงข่าวดีที่บอกจะเป็นบริษัทในสหรัฐเนี่ยที่จะมาลงทุนในประเทศไทยแล้วก็จะเปิดตัวจริงๆจังเนี่ยก็น่าช่วงปลายปีนี่คอนเฟิร์มแล้วนะถามว่าตกลงเป็นบริษัทอะไรอ่ะเราอยากรู้
ต้องเป็นยักษ์ใหญ่แน่เลยแต่ว่าก่อนหน้านี้ก็ถอยทับกลับไปหลาย
EEC ไหมจะลงทุนใน EEC ไหมอันนี้ก็ไม่แน่ใจ
จะ EEC หรือที่ไหนในประเทศไทยแต่คือมาแน่ๆใช่ไหมคุณฟ้า
มาแน่แต่ว่ายังไม่เปิดเผยเพราะว่าเป็นความลับทางธุรกิจนี่ยังเปิดเผยไม่ได้แต่ว่าท่านทูตทราบแล้วล่ะก็ถือว่าอย่างไรก็ตามนะคะไทยก็ยังเป็นที่ดึงดูดการลงทุนจากนักลงทุนต่างชาติเข้ามาในประเทศไทยแต่ว่าที่สำคัญเนี่ยคือสถานการณ์โควิดที่ผ่านมามันพิสูจน์ให้เห็นส่วนหนึ่งว่าไทยมีศักยภาพที่แบบจะจัดการในภาวะวิกฤตได้
คือตอนนี้สาธารณสุขเราเนี่ยไม่ห่วงเศรษฐกิจแล้วตอนนี้สำคัญคือต้องไปคู่กันนะคะคือจะฟื้นประเทศเนี่ยเศรษฐกิจเนี่ยต้องแข็งแรงแล้วก็เป็นคนที่รู้ดีว่าจะสามารถจี้ตรงไหนแล้วให้ตรงนั้นฟื้นได้
แก้ให้มันถูกจุด
แล้วทีมใหม่ได้ไหมล่ะ
เดี๋ยวหวัง
ที่เขามีข่าวเนี่ย
อันนี้อาจจะแบบว่ารอทีมแบบว่าฟูลทีมจริงๆจะได้แบบว่า
เราเห็นรายชื่อก่อนจะได้วิจารณ์ถูก
จะได้วิจารณ์ดูเดี๋ยวต่อไปตอนนี้เดี๋ยวอาจจะผิดโผได้
ค่ะเอาละค่ะคุณผู้ชมคะทั้งหมดนี้ก็คือลึกแต่ไม่ลับที่ได้มีการพูดคุยกับคุณไมเคิลจอร์จดีซอมบรีหรือว่าท่านทูตสหรัฐอเมริกาประจำประเทศไทยนะคะเดี๋ยวเราพักกันสักครู่เดียวค่ะและช่วงหน้ากลับมาติดตามออโต้ไทม์กันค่ะ